Hi, everyone. So we have a really cool phenomena that's going to be happening Sunday night into early Monday morning, a full lunar eclipse. And you've probably heard a few things about it. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about what's going to be happening. And well, first of all, let's talk about what is a lunar eclipse. So they happen when there's a full moon. And basically, the Earth is positioned precisely between the moon and the sun, and the Earth's shadow it falls on the moon, on the surface of the moon. So it dims it, and a lot of times it turns it a really cool red color throughout the eclipse. And each eclipse is visible from about half the Earth, or exactly half the Earth. The more dust and clouds there are actually in the atmosphere, the redder the moon can appear. So there's a lot of really cool things happening about the eclipse, and we have one on the way. So let's talk about that specific eclipse now that we know how eclipses work. So the first thing we're going to talk about is where this eclipse is happening, and it's being called the Eclipse for the Americas because you're going to see it on the eastern half of North America, and all of Central and South America are going to be able to see pretty much all of it, depending on your weather. Now, parts of the eclipse are going to be visible for Africa, Europe, and the middle of the East, but you're not going to see it at all if you're in Alaska, Asia, or Australia. But, a lot of folks are going to be able to see it. And even if you're not seeing it in person, you can check it out via live stream. So if you're not in an area where you can view the eclipse in person, you'll be able to check it out on multiple live streams. And I'm going to put some links in the description. NASA is usually where I go to get those links to seeing these events, streamed. And they have so many great ways to see it. YouTube, Facebook, there's a lot of different streaming methods they use. So now that we know what's going to be happening with the eclipse, let's talk about what it's going to look like. And there's actually some pretty cool resources for that, some animations from NASA. So I'm going to show you one that they have right now. And this one's pretty cool. So basically what you see is the eclipse starts, and this is in Eastern time. So we'll talk a little bit more about how to see exactly what's happening where you're at. So this is Eastern time. If you take a look at what starts to happen is you start to get into the penumbral part of the eclipse around 10:15, and then you start to see that red moving in. And that's about 10:59. It's going to be about 50% red, and then the moon will be 100% red around 11:29, and this is Eastern time, continuing into the rest of the night, basically until 12:11. That is the greatest, that is the biggest part of the eclipse. That's when it's all red at its brightest, biggest, best, and then it ends at 12:54. So from 10:59 until 12:54, you're going to have that view of the red moon, and then after that, it kind of slowly starts to fade out. But that's what it's going to look like for the total eclipse. And the umbra is the Earth's total shadow. So it's pretty cool. And that's just for Eastern time. Well, how do you know exactly when it's going to be doing its thing in your area? Well, there's actually websites for that, and that's what we're going to take a look at. So I mentioned that there's a website you could go to. I like to go to Time and Date because you can see exactly what's happening where you live. So I'm in Nashville and we're on Central Time. So, sometimes when you're looking at, NASA graphics or, information from other spots, a lot of times it has the information in Eastern Time. But this tells you in Central. So, the maximum's at 11:11 here, and it's going to start at 8:32 and end by 1:50, but the maximum views at 11:11. It has a little video you can watch to see what it's going to look like, and then you scroll down here and it tells you everything you need to know about what it's going to look like and when. So this is really coming in super handy no matter where you're at. So I do suggest this website, Time and Date, and I'm going to put a link to this in the description as well if you want to check it out. So that's what we're looking at when it comes to the eclipse. It's pretty cool. Hopefully we all get to see it. It's really going to depend for a lot of folks on cloud cover. And if, it's cloudy, stormy where you're at, that's okay. You can just watch it online. Gotta love the wonders of technology. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. And, feel free to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.